Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of V Rising. Yes, it's back. It's back again. Now I've been following this game since the beginning. My community, we had our own full loot PvP dedicated server, and since then we have dropped off and we are not playing it currently. But that doesn't mean that I have not been following all the dev updates. And this dev update, which was just dropped, dev update 15, is particularly special because they're talking about the future vision, what they want to do with this game in the future. So I feel like it's time to cover it and get you up to speed on V Rising. Because as we know, you've probably already finished all the seasonal content for the newest Diablo season. And maybe you're pissed about the changes for the Lake of Kalandra with the new PoE League. And maybe you're waiting for Last Epoch multiplayer. So maybe it's time to jump back over to V Rising. Let's see what's going on. I'm gonna give you the Cliff Notes version because this is so much communication. This isn't like a Wolson post where we can read every word and be done in 2 minutes. This will be linked in the description as well. All right. First, right off the bat, they're up to 2.5 million copies sold. They put it vampires. 2.5 million. Their goal was 500,000. Actually, maybe their goal was 50,000. Whatever it is, by the end of this year, it is going to be the surprise, one of the best surprise games of the year. It's like Vampire Survivors and V Rising. I don't know, maybe it's the year of vampires. So game continues to sell very, very well. So here's the improvements that you're looking for doing, starting with the castle, okay? Now, sometimes when you're playing V Rising, this game feels like a city builder. You're not actually going and attacking bosses. You're not gathering materials. You are working on your castle. And we know how much fun that is. Two things they want to change. One, they want to make it multiple floors. So you're not just long, you're not just wide, you can also go high. And again, not two or more. So now you can have a smaller footprint, but maybe go vertically high. I think that's a really good idea. I don't know how they'll do it, but that would be a whole lot of fun being able to build up. That's one. Number two, they want to be able to give you a more fancy garden, where you make all these different types of hedges and little things you put them on, maybe create mazes or labyrinths that you have to go through in order to get to the front door. Again, that would also be a lot of fun. On top of that, they also want to change servants. Now, this was kind of interesting. Castle servants is another popular feature we wish to explore further. We've witnessed players using servants in all sorts of innovative ways, some of which are certainly more intended than others. I don't really know what they mean by that. What are people doing with servants that are more intended than others? Leave me a comment if you know something creepy. I'm curious, but they want to expand on the servant's role, okay? So, multi-level castle, bigger gardens, expand servants. All right, now this is the meat and potatoes. This is what the gaming community, Reddit, forums continue to ask for, and they're gonna bring it. A new world. We've heard you desire new lands to explore, and we're excited to bring more to you. There's a brand new biome in the works that holds many secrets, mired in mystery and fresh, unique experiences. It's important to us that every region offers something new in terms of visual, sounding gameplay. There will be more enemies to fight, bosses to defeat, and V-blood to drink in the fuel your hunt. You're not only expanding the world, we think it's just as important to improve the current biomes and ensure that your journey is exciting and interesting as ever. So they're not just giving you a new world, they're also going to be updating the existing extremely large map. Our teams have been looking at different ways to diversify and fill our old areas with more engaging content, making them richer and more satisfying to explore. Points of interest and reasons to go out into the world will encourage more players to interact as well as live in the experiences as play as a whole. Richer, vivid scenery adds diversity and character, further solidifying the mood and feel of each zone. So that'll be pretty cool. They're going to add polish and improvements. I always think that that is fun. Like, I'm going to go this way in one direction and just see if I run into something that I've never seen before. And I'm able to explore that. I love the idea of just being off the beaten path. I hope they do more of it. All right. So now we are at major castle improvements, a new world, and updating the existing world. So right there, if it was a hard stop, that is already a tremendous amount of content they're going to be bringing to the game. But we're not done. New weapons and abilities. The more destructive tools you have at your disposal as a vampire, the more variation in both PvP and PvE. The more exciting gameplay, a common request is new weapons and abilities, and this is something we started working on and plan to deliver. Our game director, Peter, already spoiled one of the upcoming weapons during an interview on the Allcraft show with Asmongold. The Great Sword. It's coming. Expect that, along with additional weapons and abilities to add more depth and diversity to the battlefield. Here it is. The Great Sword. Great Sword. And some good swings right there. Okay. PVE Improvements. We've also heard you and know that certain parts of the game need improvements in pacing and rebalancing, things like repair costs and build costs. There's lots of room to reiterate in the game in that aspect, and we think giving attention to this will make the current endgame gameplay loop more satisfying and robust. So they are also going to be changing and giving us PVE improvements. And they're right, because the repair costs and build costs sometimes suck. You find yourself just harvesting. So you're harvesting and working on your castle, and there you go. That's your vampire experience. So in here, check this. It's just kind of like a stop motion. It's alive! New enemy concepts. It looks like a rock that you could blow up, and then it jumps on you. At first glance, I thought it was a rock. So, in that regards, they did a good job. I guess you'll see the feet, and it'll probably have like a different silhouette, so it'll be easy to uncover. Either way, if you're not paying attention, maybe even drinking a little bit, that thing's gonna crush you. It's alive! And then new bosses. I wonder where this could be from. If I could read. I wonder where this could be from. I don't know. Looks scary. PvP improvements. The early access period has given us a ton of data to work with regarding PvP. Observing your gameplay and getting your feedback has been invaluable to us. V Rising is a game with many intertwined systems and improvements to things like placement, new weapons, and abilities. These are naturally massive improvements to PvP as well. With time, we wish to tackle the raiding system, and we feel there are many ways to improve and flesh it out into something more robust and satisfying. Yes, I know a lot of people hate PvP. I know a lot of people play this game on only PvE servers. In my opinion, full loot PvP is the only way to play this game. Obviously, that's only my opinion. We want to be something that keeps all of you competitive players busy and exciting in the late game stages. We're also looking into the castle territory means for the player and planning to solve exploits that can improve the PvP experience. Yes, when someone's cheating or exploiting, that's when the game sucks. As well as eliminate some of the methods of PvE grieving. All right, we are almost done. Look how much stuff is in here. It's crazy. It told you it's super long. General improvements. What do we got? Oh, so basically they want to make the V blood a better process. They call it the paper press. We don't have to read all that. Improving the V blood. And then on here, they want to make the fishing system more polished and enjoyable, because right now it is very stale. We'd like to add more ways to automate your castle, possibly something that can be tied to the servants to otherwise increase the effectiveness of managing your castle. And this way we can make the entire building, crafting, and progression experience in V Rising more fun to engage with abandoning the survival aspects of the game. Okay, okay. New enemies, another kind of dead. Ooh. Ah. Sound is another area we're working on, which brings even more atmosphere and diversity to the world. We're both improving the existing soundscape and expanding the experiences with additional music and layers of ambience. Players might also be able to be happy to know that we're looking into adding controller support, and we're increasing confidence that something that will be possible for us. Anytime you see controller support, people like it. It also means maybe this is getting a console release. Kind of the two things that come to my head. And as well as offer better support for Steam Deck. Steam Deck, controller, maybe console. On here, you will see a spider, and the spider is wrapping up the player. It's a bitsy spider. It looks like a pretty big spider. Now, marketing and community, we're just going to skip this section. It just talks about how they are ramping up their marketing. And look at all this cool stuff they're doing. Blown away. Can't believe the community response at 2.5 million players. Very cool. They are obviously very excited. Look forward to the future. We hope this gives you a hint of what is coming, and we can't wait to reveal more in the coming months. There are still questions about the Dark Master, the overlord of all the vampires, Dracula. Will he return? Our finest prophets promise he will, but we still don't know when or what dreaded form he will take. What we do know is that the future of the vampire is something to look forward to. So there you have it. Marketing, enemies, PvE, PvP, improvements, new weapons and abilities, new area, including polishes to the existing area, new servants, new garden, new castle. Feels like a new game. V Rising, what do you think of this? This is what I will tell you, okay? This is a future pitch, all right? Once all this, if it is packaged together and put in some kind of massive update, our dedicated V Rising server will be populated again. I think everybody kind of did what was possible in this game, so now we're waiting for the next thing, and this is the next thing. So when it comes out, I will make a video breaking down what all that newness feels like and let you know, but I want to know your opinion. Is this good? Is this Aaron? I loved this game, but I need something to do. This is going to quench my thirst. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. 2 asks at the end of this video. Ask number 1, I'm hoping today's the day I have earned your subscription. Hoping today is the day you make the decision to push that little red button. I would really appreciate it. It really does support the channel. Ask number 2, check out my Patreon. Thank you to the first 45 members that have signed up. Become an instant ARPG VIP and gets Patreon exclusive content at the first link in the description. You get direct access to me if you have any questions or want to chat. You get access to our weekly podcast, access to our weekly blog post, special title in the Discord, and based upon where you sign up at, you also get added goodies. That's all I've got. V Rising. Hopefully you're entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.